Well, that is the second time tonight I have felt like a total jerk because I made assumptions about somebody. The guy got off the bus, some kind of European dude, German, I think. Someone is going down Antoine. He's hanging a Yui. He stopped when he saw me. I'm gonna just get out of here. Anyways, the guy in the car is the one I was worried about. He was on the bus and he got off and he stopped and he said, "Hey," and I'm, uh-oh, here it comes. And he said, "Do you need help with your buggy?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. See, I got all this today. It is top heavy. See, I bought pillows because the other day when I had the migraine, I was lying in bed and I thought, when was the last time I changed my pillow out? And the answer's a little complicated, so I'm gonna go in length because we have 10-15 minutes here. I have a sleep technique, we'll call it. Now, Ron and I always had separate bedrooms. Water levels down. And pretty much our entire life together. And I liked sleeping next to him, but he did not want to sleep next to me. And I think it was an intimacy issue. I don't know. Who knows? So anyways, he had his own room. When we bought the house, it was a 2-bedroom. So he took the small one for himself. That's what I use as the war room now. I keep all the Bibles in there. I do my Bible study there. And it's a pleasant place for me. I painted a nice happy turquoise, have a nice vinyl plank floor. A wonderful lady paid to remodel it after Ron died. So, anyways, I ended up in the master, so to speak. It's about, 10 by 13 maybe. And there's a sliding glass door on one wall. Then there's the closet on the other wall. And it's a long open closet because I took the doors off. They were the folding kind, and I just found it inefficient. And I couldn't really access the middle part of the closet. Oh, hello, Mr. Policeman. And so I just took the doors off altogether and I hung a curtain, and I like that a lot better. After all, it's my house. So I have a queen bed. And 2006, Ron got very wasted on Everclear. I had a glass lamp on it was a lava lamp, and it was on a stand, and he became very, very inebriated. And everybody always blamed the Everclear, but no, it was Ron. He was binge drinking again. And anyways, he had a blackout, and he decided to knock my lamp over and break it. He was in his bare feet. Then he decided he was going to urinate in the bedroom. He was reaching in his pants to take out his unit. So it was very obvious what he had planned. And I went in there to stop him, one, from urinating in my bed or whatever, and two, to stop him from walking on broken glass in his bare feet, which probably would lead to him bleeding to death. And he became extremely aggressive, tackled me, threw me on the bed, began choking me, began biting me, hitting me in the face, and just broke the bed. It was a wooden bed frame. He actually broke the bed frame. He tackled me so hard. This was not just a little oopsie, this was an intentional, brutal attack. And I was black and blue for weeks. And I was basically told by Ron's boss that if Ron was ever arrested for domestic violence, he would lose the location. So he would lose his business, I would lose my house, I would lose my job, I would lose the cats, It's a hell of a conundrum, so I didn't press charges. I don't really look back on that, It was a choice I made. Part to protect my cats. What is that? I don't know. I don't want to know. So I after that, Ron tried to fix it, but the bed kept, I would roll over and the bed would shift and the whole bottom would drop out. It was just a bad fix. And that went on for about a year. Because Ron kept saying he would fix it again, and, why was I so restless? And, he blamed me basically for this. And it was just a really bad reminder on assault I really, really wanted to forget. So I bought a metal bed frame off Amazon. And it came all folded up. And all I had to do was unfold it and put a couple screws in it, and voila, there is a platform. And I put my mattress on the platform, and it was very comfortable. And I've had that for 20 years now, I guess. I like it a lot. And love it. Yeah, wonderful bed. I think it was a Bedsure. Anyway, left them a good review, of course. And I have been through various mattresses, and I had the one I had back in 2006. I retired that in 2016, and then I retired that one early this year, and have videos on that. Me bringing the new one in and setting it up, and I like it. It's very comfortable, wonderful bed. Now, what did I put on top of it? Well, I'm peculiar. I don't really like a mattress cover. The best thing I ever found was like this quilted waterproof pad thing that IKEA had that just kind of sat on top of the mattress. It had some elastic things that held it down, but that worked for me. And because I don't like the plastic ones, they make noise and they're just not comfortable to sleep on for me. And washing the thick ones would be a problem for me because I have an unreliable washer. Well, it's good for small loads, don't really. So that's what's on the mattress. And then I like varying layers of bedding depending on my mood. Sometimes just a thin bedspread. A few flat sheets, just different things like that. In the winter, I have different blankets I use. I'm getting a no. I'm getting anywhere near that guy. Okay, so I was so for the bed pillows, I like two pillows. I like a shredded memory foam pillow as my base. This has evolved over like a good 25 years or so. And on top of that, I like a squishier pillow. And then I can squish up the pillow as I flip around in bed. But I still have the nice sturdy base of the memory foam, which is more firm. And but it's shredded, so it shifts a little too. And it like molds my head. I don't know how to describe it. I like it like that. Now, when Ron and I had the business, we were Sam's Club members, and we were like the deluxe grade or whatever that was, and plus I think they call it, and which is interestingly what Walmart calls it. And needless to say, Sam's got a lot of our money, and they would sell the memory foam pillows, the shredded memory foam pillows. I think they were like two for $10, and so a couple of years, I think, before Ron died, because he was going with me at the time. It must have been a couple of years before he died. And it was before COVID, so like maybe 2018 or something. We went and I saw the pillows on special, and I bought two, and I put one for me and one for him. And he just wanted to sleep on the memory foam shredded pillow. That's all he wanted. Sometimes he would just sleep with his head on the mattress. And he was happy as a clam like that. So, that's his way of sleeping. I'm not going to tell him what to do. And so for me, I just had that same memory foam pillow. And all this time, as far as I can remember, because I know I did not buy any at work. And so that means that thing is almost 10 years old. It's like, no wonder I'm getting migraines. So, I decided to buy a new one today. And I've also seen many, many customers walking around with these Comfort Complete pillows in their shopping carts, buggies, whatever you want to call it. And they rave about it. It's so comfortable, it's so cheap, and I'm like, okay, I can put that on top of it. So I got to work early today, and I went over to Housewares and had a look, and I found the shredded memory foam pillow. It was $10 now for one. Ouch. But I did get one, and because I need it, and I got the Comfort Complete one to put on top of it, but it is kind of large on the buggy, and for whatever reason, I was also led to bring some Bibles, which I did not hand out, but one of them is for what I'll call an ongoing recipient, a driver I see occasionally, not frequently, but occasionally, and he basically said, I would like to get a whole Bible from you sometime. And so I had that for him. And he's a very nice guy, too. And then I thought, well, if I'm bringing one for him, I might as well bring a couple others. So I have a couple different translations and, some kid Bibles and stuff. Also, because, you know me, I just can't go without taking the whole gospel with me. And that's why I wear a safety vest. And so I've been very top heavy today, ever since I left work. And the buggy kept flopping around on the one bus and the other bus, but I am getting home. It's not super heavy, but it is a different balance. I guess I'm more attuned to how it balances because I use it every day. Just keep an alert, It was a holiday today. There's a lot of people still up, and most people are off tomorrow. Not me. So, I'm looking forward to using those, and then I'm going to save the old pillows. And what I'm going to do, because I know Cleo loves to sleep on my pillow, is to, hopefully I'll remember to do this in the morning, but to take the new pillows off and put the old pillow on when I go to work, and then reverse it when I get home. That's the plan. I don't know how well this is going to work, but that should help cut down on dander in the pillow, because I have tried those allergy pillow covers and they are terrible for me. So I've learned not to judge things or not to judge so much. And what doesn't work for me may work great for you. So, but yeah, there was a lady at work today. She just seemed really out of it. She kept asking for help, and I thought, this lady is on drugs. She's gonna shoplift. So, anyways, I kept helping her. And then she said, what's your name? I want to put in a compliment for you. And then, of course, I felt like a total turd. And, hey, I got Spanish Bibles. Go on over, I'll give you one. Although I think that guy who got off the bus with me was my intended recipient. There's no mail tonight, Hefe. No mail tonight. Yeah, you don't need to check your mail, boss. I've been told once or twice that my accent is good on what Spanish I do speak. I think because I work with a lot of Mexicans. I mean, people literally from Mexico. I don't mean that in a derogatory way, because at least a third of my neighborhood is Latino, a third of my neighborhood is black, a third of my neighborhood is mixed. I would never, there's not a majority white population here, and that's fine. It's great, it's quiet, I don't have to worry about, criminals. The original gangsters, a lot of the older black guys are from really bad neighborhoods, and they are determined to keep this neighborhood decent And they are very observant, very vigilant, in making sure that happens. And they probably know more about me than I do. So, anyways, I'm almost home. I did not check the mail because it's a holiday. Work wasn't bad, but it was really long. And I was running around enough that one of my coworkers actually offered to give me a break. And she has never offered to give me a break ever. So, I thought that was interesting. Not to mention, people do not like doing my job. I can't get any details on why. But it was pretty quiet after it started raining. That was good. And then the soccer game, so I think a lot of people were watching the game instead of going to the store. So now, of course, that, the good guys won. I won't say who, in case you haven't known, you didn't know. And I had a good conversation with my dad about how, and I phrased it as, the ladies in the family worry about him because we love him. And I think he accepted that in the right spirit because God gave it to me in the right spirit to what to say to him. Because you can say the same thing 10 different ways and get 10 different responses. And with the same person. I saw that was wrong. And it was really sad that at the end, before the Alzheimer's got really bad with him, I forgot to turn on my porch light. I learned the most cutting reply I could make to Ron when he insulted me was, "You're not that important." Narcissists do not like to hear that. They do not like to be minimized in any way. So, and he would just get purple over that. But he would stop whatever he was saying to me. So, yep, this thing is top heavy. Woohoo! All right, now the interesting thing is I have a little bump here at the door. Oops. And I found if I can get it out the door without anything. Hi, sweetheart. Look at the calico baby. If I can get it out the door, then I'm going to be okay with the rest of the day. And I have this thing wrapped in an illegal amount of bungee cords. And tomorrow I start work later. But I'm still going to go in somewhat early because a friend of mine said her daughter wants to donate some clothes. And I found some people of a certain generation, which I won't name, don't like to give things to charity, like a charity like Goodwill or whatever. They want to give it to a person. And you know what? That's their right. If they don't want to give it to a charity, they don't have to. So anyway, her daughter has gained some weight and isn't thinking she's going to lose it. So the thinking is she's going to bring some clothes and see if I like anything. And if I do, I can just take it. So I need to bring an extra buggy. An extra box for my buggy. But I have some, so I'm not worried about that. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed.